Well, good morning, everyone. I'm going to be doing a short video today. It's actually a book reading that I'll be doing, not from my book. It's from one of the books that has actually helped me along my journey. And this one is called The Confident Woman by Joyce Mill. At the back of the book, I'm going to read what is at the back first. It says, "Our society has an epidemic of insecure people in it. This problem causes great difficulty in relationships and is one of the reasons divorce is so prevalent today. I have learned a lot on my journey about what true confidence is, and it will be my great delight to share with you anything I know that can help you be the woman God intends you to be. He desires that you are bold, courageous, confident, respected, admired, promoted, sought after, and most of all, loved. God has a wonderful plan for your life, and I pray that reading this book will help you enter it more fully than ever before. You can hold your head up high and be filled with confidence about yourself and your future. You can be bold and step out to do new things, even things no man or woman has ever done before. You have what it takes." And she has that in exclamation marks. Now, remember, confidence is a hell of a thing. I had done a video a few days ago about self-esteem, and the truth is, and we all can relate to this as females growing up, we can relate to being bullied as younger girls, and most of our girls. I remember I was not really well mature in terms of physical features as a child, and I was usually called flat chest, um, big hair, little face, mango head, all sort of stuff. People say all sort of stuff and call us all sort of things in order to tear us down. But when we learn to understand that the self is not really in order for you to build on yourself, it is not a selfish thing. The only way I think it's selfish is when you become so over, um, basically, when you become obsessed with it now to the point where you cannot leave the house without applying probably makeup and all of that, and you feel ugly for the entire day. Things like that will affect the way people really view you and treat you. And I think the worst battle is when persons implode, when they basically explode inside. This is what we call imploding. And when we actually try and build on ourselves, it makes us better inside, and whatever comes in from flows inside will eventually flow outside. That is just my belief. I don't know if it works for you, but it has been working for me, and I wish to share a portion of this book. Now, I'm going to be telling you the topics in the contents, the table of contents. It starts out with the introduction, and the book is divided into two parts. The first part has 10 different topics. Confidence, setting the record straight, does God use women in ministry, 7 secrets of a confident woman, the woman I did not like, overcoming self-doubt, the power of preparation, when the world says no, are women really the weaker sex, and the last one, step into independence. The second part of the book has a topic called living boldly and without fear. Now, I'm just going to read the introduction that she has for today, as I'm not going to stay long, but I just wish to share this, and I hope it will help anyone who is suffering from any self-esteem issues, or if you're you're having a problem with yourself. Remember this. I might be saying this and you might wonder why I keep on repeating the same things. Reinforcement enhances learning. And what is learning? Learning is when behavior changes. So I'm going to tell you this right now. You have been set in this body. God has given you a body, right? Now you were put in this specific body. And believe me, you're not going to get rid of this body until you die. So I believe the best thing for you to do is try and appreciate the body that God has given you. Respect the person that you are. If you know you have personalities that affect people and allow persons to feel terrible about themselves, there is nothing wrong with apologizing, right? But in order for you to start apologizing to persons, you have to view yourself as being imperfect And there's only one person who can cure the imperfect person, and that is God, the ultimate creator. Nobody else, right? So when we understand that concept of God in himself changing us as individuals and making us the better versions of ourselves, and eventually we become the best versions of ourselves, then we'll get to understand how important it is to build on the self. Now, the introduction has a topic that says, we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. For most of the world's existence, women have not enjoyed being respected properly, nor have they enjoyed their rightful place in society. Although much of that injustice has been corrected in the Western world, there are still many cultures in the world where women are terribly mistreated. This is tragic. Women are a precious gift from God to the world. They are created sensitive, compassionate, intelligent, talented, and according to the Bible, equal to men. God created man first, but quickly discovered he needed a helper, not a slave, but a helper. He created a woman from one of Adam's ribs and called her Eve. Note that Eve was taken from Adam's side, from something close to his heart, not the bottom of his feet. Women were never intended to be walked on, disrespected, bullied, or belittled. Eve was created because Adam needed her. God said Adam was not complete without her. It's the same today. Men need women, and they need them to be more than a cook, helper, sex partner, or baby-making machine. Just to be sure that no one misunderstands my comment that Adam was not complete without Eve, let me state clearly that everyone does not have to be married to be completed. Alright, I know that probably causing a lot of concerns now, but it's true. Alright, take for instance, you are born from a mother who is HIV positive. Let us just use that scenario. And your mother never knew that she was HIV positive, and you were born with that. And eventually, you started isolating yourself from persons. You never want to tell them, you didn't want to tell persons your status, because guess what? You were aware that you're traveling with a disease that affects the immune system, and if it has a high mortality rate, right? So because of these fearful truths, what you do now, you isolate yourself, you build on yourself, and you try to help other persons who are hurting. No. Someone like that, if that person believes in God and understands the concepts of God, and they have some form of life-threatening illness that they don't wish to spread to the world, because there are other persons, who actually believe they are sick, and then they go to church, and the church spin them 3 times, and then the preacher tell them say they are healed. The preacher don't know about the status, but they tell them say they are healed, and eventually they believe that they are healed, then they spread the virus. No. Someone like this who probably, I'm just using this scenario, HIV, and the person decides to work on themselves and be better persons, it would be good for that person to just build on their own character. Eventually in life, God will put whoever is willing to work with the trauma of dealing with this illness over time. No, this person doesn't have to be married, right? You can live like the nuns, right? You can actually find a partner who is willing to check your CD4 count or your viral load and ensure that based on the readings, he will decide whether or not he wants to stay with you or not, right? But don't bother feel as if you have to marry and have 60 pitney. No. That does not build confidence, right? You need to have confidence in God, right? He is the ultimate creator of the universe, as you know. So I believe once we get him to get on our bandwagon, everything will flow in its rightful place, right? All right, let me continue from what she was saying. So it doesn't have to. Someone doesn't have to be married to be complete. And given that 43% of all first marriages end in divorce and 60% of remarriages end in divorce also, it's clear that marriage isn't the be-all, end-all of all happy existence. While most people desire to get married and have a partner for life, God calls God calls and especially enables many men and women to remain single all of their lives. Since this book is written especially for women and to women, I want to say emphatically that as women, you do not have to be married to enjoy your life and do great things. Just because most women get married, that does not mean something is wrong with you or is missing in your life if you don't. So, as I was saying, the title of this book is The Confident Woman. If you are not the person who understands the concepts of the Bible, that's how books come in, right? And I wrote my book because I wanted to help somebody else who could relate to my level. Now, I could relate to this woman because we shared similar experiences, right? Not the same, but similar experiences. Now, as it relates to that, the rape case and the divorce and the financial burdens and taking care of kids, that is something that I can relate to. So basically, if you are a person who really gets bored reading the Bible, or you don't understand what it's saying, it's good to get a book that actually refers to the Word of God, and that in itself will groom you and get you in the habit of reading. But build on yourself, be confident in God, right? That is where the confidence comes from. So if you wake up one morning and you don't feel up to it, start do some exercise, do your yoga stretches, do your tai chi, whatever you do to get your blood, get your cardio going, get your cardiovascular system running. Do that. Drink about a glass of water or 2 glasses of water. Start your metabolism from that stagnant state. Start your metabolic system running, flowing. And after that, you get into the Word of God. Whether it be you listening to videos, or you watching videos, or you reading books, get into what works for you, right? Remember, and have 3 persons in a race. Three people alone supposed to be in a race. If you're a confident woman, you will know this. Who you were, who you are, and who you will be. Nobody else is supposed to be in your race, because guess what? You were created on this earth, you were placed in this body, and you are the only one who has you to deal with for the rest of your life, right? So just understand these simple concepts. Remember the logics of life. Remember to smile because you do not own all the problems in the world. Remember to make peace with your past so it doesn't affect your future, right? And remember the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Have a blessed day, everyone. And I'm going to pray that God will guide you and keep you and cover you and strengthen you. Remember to pray, right? I am not saying that that will cure everything, but everything takes time, everything takes stages. Everybody has a greatness inside of them, and it is in a seed form. When the dirt is on that seed, remember, dirt comes with nutrients. I'm using this metaphor to let you know that whatever you're going through in life now, you might think you're buried, but guess what? When the seed is buried, the nutrients from the soil gives it that kind of bursts out, right? And it grows. So you have to build some backbone. Enjoy your dark moments. Enjoy your moments by yourself. Build on your character. Sculpt your character. Build on you. Strengthen you through the Word of God, and have confidence in God. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.